Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're taking a deep dive into the world of HVAC.
HVAC.
You guys have sent us a ton of stuff about HVAC, and it seems
Yeah,
like you're really interested in what's going on in this industry.
absolutely.
So we've got this article here,
Yeah.
the HVAC Workforce, Building Skills for a Sustainable High-Tech Future. And just reading through this, it seems like things are changing pretty quickly.
It's changing rapidly. It's really a complete transformation, and technology and sustainability are really the big drivers.
So I guess, first of all,
Yeah.
this article makes it really clear that this isn't just your grandpa's AC repair business anymore.
Yeah.
What is really at the heart of this shift?
Well, it's really about smart homes, energy efficiency, and a big focus on the environment.
Okay.
So we're not just installing units anymore. We're really creating systems
Right.
that make buildings work better on every level.
It's more holistic, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's not just about keeping people comfortable. It's also about doing it in a way
Yeah.
that's, good for the planet as well.
Exactly. And that means that HVAC technicians need a whole new set of skills to keep up.
Right.
And that's what the article's really emphasizing.
So what kind of skills are we talking about here?
Well, imagine your thermostat talking to your AC unit,
Okay.
and adjusting the temperature automatically
Oh, wow.
based on the weather
Yeah.
or even your schedule.
Interesting.
That's the kind of smart technology that HVAC techs are working with now.
Wow. So they need to be pretty tech savvy.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
But it's not just about programming and apps. They also need to be experts in energy efficiency.
Go ahead.
Things like high-efficiency heat pumps
Ah.
and advanced ventilation systems.
Oh, yeah.
These technologies can drastically reduce energy waste,
Yeah.
which saves money for the homeowner and helps the environment.
Right, right.
So it's win-win.
Yeah, for sure. And I see here the article also mentions refrigerants are changing.
Oh,
What's happening there?
that's a big one.
Okay.
Older refrigerants used in EC systems
Huh.
were actually pretty harmful to the ozone layer.
Oh,
But now there's a global push to use climate-friendly alternatives.
Wow. So HVAC techs are really on the front lines of making our homes more eco-friendly.
Absolutely. And that means understanding the new refrigerants,
Yeah.
how to handle them safely,
Right.
and how to make sure older systems are updated properly.
So it's a lot of responsibility.
It is.
Okay, so we got smart systems,
Right.
we've got energy efficiency, we've got eco-friendly refrigerants.
Yeah,
It sounds like HVAC is going through a total green revolution.
it really is. It's really amazing to see.
It really is. And it even gets more interesting
Yeah.
because this article talks about
Hmm.
integrating renewable energy sources like solar panels
Right.
right into HVAC systems.
Absolutely.
So you could potentially
You could
power your entire AC system with the sun.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It's happening, and that's just one example of how HVAC is becoming more sustainable.
Okay.
It's not just about reducing energy waste anymore.
Yeah.
It's about using clean energy
Right.
to power our homes and buildings.
I'm really starting to see why you said that this industry is
Yeah.
so exciting right now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's very dynamic.
It feels like the future is being built.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's one more thing I wanted to touch on before we move on.
Okay.
The article mentions something called predictive maintenance.
Interesting.
And this is where AI starts to play a big role.
AI,
Yeah.
like artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
So like my AC is going to become self-aware.
Well, maybe not self-aware,
Okay.
but definitely smarter.
All right.
Imagine this.
Okay.
Your HVAC system is constantly monitoring its own performance,
Okay.
using sensors to collect data on everything from temperature to energy usage.
Wow.
That data gets fed into an AI system.
Which can actually predict when something might break down.
So instead of waiting for your AC to die on the hottest day of the year,
Right.
you get a warning
But-
that it might need some attention.
Exactly. And that means you can schedule maintenance before there's a problem. That's great. Avoiding those stressful emergency repairs
Right.
and extending the life of your system.
So it's like having a crystal ball
It's like a crystal ball
for your HVAC.
for your HVAC.
Okay, I'm sold.
Yeah.
I need an AI-powered AC in my life.
It's coming.
But this also means that HVAC techs need to
Yeah,
understand how to work with this technology.
absolutely. And that's just one example of how AI is changing the game in HVAC.
Right.
But we'll dive into that a little bit later.
Okay, sounds good.
For now, let's shift gears and talk about some of the specific specializations that
Yeah.
are emerging within this field.
All right, so we've established that HVAC is way more high-tech
Yeah.
than most people realize.
Oh,
But when we talk about specializations, What
Yeah.
does that actually look like in this field?
Well, think about all the different ways we heat and cool our homes and buildings these days. It's
Oh,
not just about traditional AC units anymore.
okay.
Heat pumps, for example, are becoming incredibly popular.
I've heard of heat pumps,
Yeah.
but I don't really know how they work.
Yeah.
Aren't they just for heating?
That's a common misconception.
Okay.
Heat pumps can actually do both.
Oh,
They heat and cool your home
wow.
using a super efficient system that transfers heat from one place to another.
Interesting.
And because they run on electricity,
Right.
they're a much cleaner option compared to traditional furnaces
Yeah.
that burn fossil fuels.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So if you're thinking about going green with your home's energy,
Okay.
a heat pump is a good option to consider.
So for somebody who is interested in like a career in HVAC,
Yeah.
specializing in heat pump installation and maintenance,
Yeah.
seems like a smart move.
It's a smart move. The demand for these systems is only going to increase.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the article also mentions geothermal systems,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of sounds futuristic to me.
Yeah.
What's the deal with those?
Geothermal is fascinating. Basically, these systems tap into the constant temperature of the Earth
Wow.
to provide heating and cooling.
Really?
It's incredibly efficient and sustainable
Okay.
because you're using a natural,
Right.
renewable energy source.
So instead of like burning fossil fuels
Right.
or relying on electricity from the grid,
Right.
you're harnessing the power of the earth itself.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
And it's not just for individual homes either.
Oh, wow.
Larger buildings can use geothermal systems to dramatically reduce their energy consumption and carbon footprint.
It sounds like geothermal could be a game changer for like
It could be.
the whole construction industry.
Absolutely. And then there are hybrid HVAC systems,
Okay.
which combine the best of both worlds. They can use traditional energy sources like gas or electricity, but they can also integrate renewable options like solar power.
Okay, so it's like having a backup plan
It's like a backup plan.
built into your HVAC system.
Exactly. It's all
Yeah.
about creating systems that are adaptable,
Right.
efficient, and sustainable.
Yeah.
And that's where the expertise of a skilled HVAC technician
Right.
really shines through.
Okay, so we've got heat pumps,
Yeah.
we've got geothermal,
Right.
and we've got hybrid systems.
Mhm.
It sounds like there's a whole menu of options
There is.
for people who want to be more energy conscious
Mm-hmm.
with their heating and cooling.
And the great thing is these technologies are constantly evolving and improving.
Yeah.
So for somebody looking for a career that's both challenging and rewarding,
Yeah.
HVAC offers a lot of opportunities to learn and grow.
That makes sense. And speaking of growth,
Yeah.
this article really emphasizes the importance of
Uh-huh.
professional certifications in this industry.
It does.
It seems like you need more than just like on-the-job experience these days.
Certifications are definitely becoming more and more important.
Yeah.
They show potential employers and clients
Right.
that you have the knowledge and skills to meet industry standards.
Okay.
It's a way to stand out from the crowd and
Yeah.
demonstrate your commitment to excellence.
Okay. So what are some of the key certifications?
Well, one of the most recognized is NATE certification.
Okay.
That stands for North American Technician Excellence.
Oh, wow.
It's a rigorous exam that covers all aspects of HVAC installation and maintenance.
So if you see a technician
Yeah.
with this NATE certification,
Yeah.
they've got the skills to like
They've got the skills.
do the job, right?
Exactly. It's like a seal of approval.
Right.
And then there's LE accreditation,
Okay.
which focuses on sustainable building practices.
What does LEED stand for?
LEDLE stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design,
Oh, wow.
and it's a globally recognized program that promotes green building strategies.
So if somebody's really interested in like the sustainability side of HVAC,
Yeah.
LED accreditation would be a valuable thing to have.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It shows that you understand the principles of green building
Okay.
and can design and install HVAC systems that
Okay.
minimize environmental impact.
Now, what about working with refrigerants?
Yeah,
We talked earlier about how those are changing.
that's right.
Are there specific certifications for that?
You're right. That's a crucial area.
Yeah.
The EPA,
Uh-huh.
the Environmental Protection Agency,
Okay.
requires technicians who handle refrigerants to be certified.
Interesting.
This ensures they know how to work with these chemicals safely and responsibly,
Right.
protecting both themselves and the environment.
So it's not just about technical skills.
Right.
It's also about ethics and
Absolutely.
environmental awareness.
Absolutely. And then, of course, there are more specialized certifications for things like heat pump installation,
Right.
geothermal systems,
Sure.
and smart home integration.
Yeah.
The more certifications you have, the more marketable you become
Right.
as an HVAC professional.
Yeah, it sounds like continuing education is a
Yeah.
big part of like
It's a sense.
staying ahead in this field.
Yeah.
But what about people who are just entering the industry?
Right.
How do they get started and acquire these essential skills?
That's a great question, and it's something the industry is actively addressing.
Okay.
There's a growing need for skilled HVAC technicians,
Yeah.
and apprenticeships and mentorship programs are becoming increasingly popular.
So it's kind of like learning a trade.
It is.
You know, you work alongside
Yeah.
experienced professionals
Mhm.
and gain that hands-on experience.
Absolutely. Many technical schools and community colleges
Okay.
also offer HVAC programs,
Right.
which provide a solid foundation in the theory and practice
Yeah.
of heating and cooling systems.
Okay.
And don't forget about the role of technology in training. Online courses and virtual reality simulations are becoming increasingly common.
Allowing aspiring technicians to learn and practice their skills
That's great.
in a safe and engaging environment.
That's really cool. I mean, it's great to hear that there are so many pathways into this field. But, let's be honest, HVAC doesn't always have the most glamorous image.
It doesn't.
How do we attract young people to a career
Yeah.
that often involves working in, like, attics or crawl spaces?
That's a challenge, for sure.
Big.
But I think highlighting the sustainability aspect of HVAC can be a big draw
Yeah.
for younger generations who are passionate about the environment.
Yeah. It seems like younger people are really interested in sustainability.
They are.
Yeah. So it's about framing HVAC as a career
Right.
that makes a real difference in the fight against climate change.
Exactly. And it's also about showcasing the diversity of opportunities
Yeah.
within the field.
Right.
Yes, there's the hands-on work of installation and repair,
Mm-hmm.
but there's also the design side,
Okay.
the sales and marketing side.
Right. The research and development side.
So there's something for everybody.
There's something for everyone in HVAC.
Yeah, it sounds like a career with a
Yeah.
lot of potential for growth and specialization.
It absolutely is. And as the industry continues to evolve,
Right.
those opportunities will only multiply.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
This has been incredibly insightful.
Yeah.
We've covered so much ground already,
Yeah.
from the technical aspects of HVAC
Mhm.
to the importance of sustainability
Right.
and professional development.
Yeah.
But there's one more big piece of the puzzle that we need to address,
Okay.
and that's the ever-changing world of regulations.
Yeah.
So let's dive into that next and see
Yeah.
how that is shaping the future of this dynamic industry.
Sounds good.
All right, so we've talked about all the amazing technology and skills involved in modern HVAC,
Yeah.
but I imagine there are a lot of rules and regulations
Mm-hmm.
that come with all this innovation.
You're absolutely right. Regulations play a huge role in shaping the HVAC industry. Okay.
Especially when it comes to safety
Right.
and environmental protection.
So what are some of the key regulations that HVAC professionals?
Well, we've already touched on the phase out of those harmful refrigerants.
Right.
The EPA is leading the charge on that,
Okay.
setting strict guidelines for what types of refrigerants can be used
Yeah.
and how they need to be handled.
So if you're working with refrigerants,
Yeah.
knowing those EPA regulations is like non-negotiable.
Absolutely. And then there are the energy efficiency standards,
Okay.
which are constantly evolving.
Right.
Governments around the world are pushing for buildings to become more energy efficient.
Mhm.
And that means HVAC systems need to meet higher performance benchmarks.
So it's not just about installing an AC unit anymore. It's about making sure that unit
Yeah,
meets the latest energy efficiency standards.
exactly. And that requires HVAC technicians to stay informed about those standards
Okay.
and be able to advise their clients
Yeah.
on the most efficient options available. It sounds like a lot to keep track of.
It is. It is. And then there are regulations related to emissions reductions.
Right.
HVAC systems can contribute to greenhouse gas emissions.
Right.
So there's a growing focus on minimizing that impact.
So HVAC technicians are really on the front lines
Yeah.
of making our buildings more environmentally friendly.
They really are. And that means understanding things like ventilation systems
Yeah.
that improve indoor air quality,
Right.
building designs that maximize natural heating and cooling, and
Mm.
technologies that capture and reuse waste heat.
It's amazing how much HVAC impacts our daily lives
Yeah.
and the environment.
It really is. It really is. And as technology advances and our understanding of environmental issues grows,
Right.
those regulations will continue to adapt.
So for somebody considering a career in HVAC,
Yeah.
like a passion for sustainability would be a huge asset.
Absolutely. Today's HVAC technicians need to be problem solvers,
Right.
innovators, and environmental stewards.
Yeah.
It's a career with a lot of purpose.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground in this deep dive into HVAC.
We have.
We've seen how technology is transforming the industry, how sustainability is driving innovation,
Right.
and how regulations are shaping best practices.
Yeah.
What does this all mean for the future of HVAC?
Well, I think it points to a future where HVAC systems are seamlessly integrated into our lives,
Okay.
working quietly and efficiently behind the scenes
Yeah.
to keep us comfortable,
Yeah.
healthy,
Uh,
and connected to a sustainable world.
that sounds pretty good.
It does.
Huh.
It does. It's a future where our homes and buildings are truly smart
Yeah.
and responsive to our needs.
It sounds like a pretty exciting future.
It is. And for those who are passionate about technology, sustainability, and making a positive impact,
Yeah.
the HVAC industry offers a world of opportunity.
So for you listening, I'll leave you with this question.
Good.
With all these advancements in HVAC, how do you think the homes and buildings of the future will be designed differently?
That's a great question.
What possibilities do you see for creating spaces that are both comfortable
Yeah.
and sustainable?
Those are great questions to ponder.
Yeah.
There's so much potential for innovation in this field.
Right.
And I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Me too. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.
Of course.
Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious.
Absolutely.
And remember, there's always something new to learn. So we've talked about all this amazing tech and the skills people need to work in HVAC,
Right.
but I imagine there are a lot of rules and regulations that come with all this innovation.
You're absolutely right. Regulations are a huge part of shaping the industry,
Okay.
especially when it comes to safety and environmental protection.
So what are some of the key regulations that HVAC professionals?
Well, we already talked about the phase out of those harmful refrigerants.
Right.
Yeah, the EPA is really leading that,
Okay.
setting strict guidelines for what types of refrigerants can be used and how they need to be handled.
So if you're working with refrigerants, you really need to know those EPA regulations.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then there are the energy efficiency standards,
Okay.
which are constantly evolving.
Yeah, it seems like everything in this industry is constantly evolving.
It is.
So governments are pushing for buildings to be more energy efficient.
Right.
So that means HVAC systems need to meet
Yeah.
these higher performance standards.
Exactly. And that means HVAC technicians need to stay informed
Right.
about those standards and be able to advise their clients on the most efficient options available.
It sounds like a lot to keep track of.
It is. And then there are regulations related to emissions reduction.
Oh, okay.
HVAC systems can contribute to greenhouse gas emissions.
Yeah, they do.
So there's a growing focus on minimizing that impact.
So HVAC technicians are kind of on the front lines of
Yeah, they are.
making our buildings more environmentally friendly.
They really are. And that means understanding things like ventilation systems that improve indoor air quality,
Yeah.
building designs that maximize natural heating and cooling,
Okay.
and technologies that can capture and reuse waste heat.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much HVAC impacts our daily lives and the environment.
It really is. It
Yeah.
really is. And as technology advances
Right.
and our understanding of environmental issues grows,
Uh-huh.
those regulations will continue to adapt.
So for somebody who's considering a career in HVAC,
Yeah,
a passion for sustainability would be a huge asset.
absolutely. Today's HVAC technicians need to be problem solvers,
Right.
innovators, and
Yeah.
environmental stewards.
It's a career with a lot of purpose.
Yeah, it is.
But we've covered a ton of ground in this deep dive into HVAC.
Yeah, we have.
We've seen how technology is transforming the industry,
Yeah,
how sustainability is driving innovation,
right?
and how regulations are shaping those best practices.
Yeah.
What does all of this mean for the future of HVAC?
I think it points to a future where HVAC systems are seamlessly integrated into our lives,
Okay.
working quietly and efficiently behind the scenes to keep us comfortable,
Yeah.
healthy, and connected to a sustainable world.
It sounds great.
It does.
It's a future where our homes and buildings are truly smart
Yeah,
and responsive to our needs.
absolutely.
That sounds pretty exciting.
It is. And, for those who are passionate about technology, sustainability, and making a positive impact,
Uh-huh.
the HVAC industry offers a world of opportunity.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah,
This has been an awesome deep dive.
it has.
Thanks for joining us. And until next time, stay curious. And remember, there's always something new to learn.